What if one of them is like a skinwalker?
Okay, so what's up, guys? This is Jack Conway. Jack Conway Magic is the channel name right now. We're only gonna ever have 5 videos at once on this YouTube channel. I hope that you have a nice drink. This is my drink of choice today. So, you know, all things meta in Thanksgiving, right? What's meta about Thanksgiving is giving thanks. So, I'm thankful for this drink. It's got 1,500 milligrams of lion's mane, 1,250 milligrams of cordyceps, and then 85 milligrams of caffeine. So it is caffeinated, just saying. Now is the time to speak. So listen, super thankful for all of you that stuck with me on this journey. Let's look at some comments from my last video real quick to give thanks, because I love surprising people with that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Let's go to content. Let's go to this video. And then let's just kind of share my screen if I can. Hopefully that works for you guys. Glad you make it. If you need anything about consensus, reach out. Well, consensus is such a broad topic. I mean, I've had the chance to sit down and do a Twitter space, and many of them actually with different software engineers of all levels, from Dan Hughes to people just getting into blockchain and DLT, who were sort of drawn in by this approach to solving some game theory when it comes to decentralizing a distributed ledger and, distributing a ledger. So, you know, letting anybody in the world run that's crazy, but we're doing it, man. We're doing it. There's so many attempts and good things coming that way for DLT and blockchain. But hey brother, we have missed you, my friend. Sorry to hear about your troubles. But yeah, I'll reach out crypto native if I need anything. Right now I'm fine just doing a rift on Thanksgiving. Stock trades. Stock trade. He was a Metaverse Monday regular meta. So Stock said, hey brother, we have missed you, my friend. Sorry to hear about your troubles, but so impressed how you handled it. You're a special human being. Come back soon. Stock trade, I know I only sent you a heart, but just know this comment meant a lot. I hope that you're well, man. I have no clue what some of you guys are up to now, and I'm just excited for the whole space. But just keep learning, guys. Just keep learning and thinking about things. Yeah, how we can do this responsibly, please. Can we think about that? That's all I ask. Uh, Magic 5. And let's set expectations. Okay, let's set expectations, guys, on the whole crypto movement. If we could do that better, that'd be great. And I think we can. I think we can start setting better expectations for people. Rob Gregg, appreciate you, Rob, man. Rob was one of those guys that DM'd me real early when I dropped that first video saying that I was taking like a 3-year hiatus. Look at me now, man. I'm back after 6 months of living in a tent. Well, actually, it was more like 5 months, four and a half, maybe even, but you get the picture. Magic 5. This was smart, Rob. You already know I like your mind, and you picked up something that I dropped at this last video, right? And, Rob is a founder of a metaverse project, actually, that's kind of powered by Cardano, but they're always experimenting, looking. They did Unreal 5, but that wasn't what this was about. This was about this comment I made around only having 5 videos up at my channel at once. So picture this. This is like going to be the second video on my channel right now because I only have 1. All the rest are unlisted, which those of you who are smart and maybe thought about it, realize what that means. It means that if you go on my X and you look for video links to my videos, you can still watch them because they're not private, they're unlisted. So on my YouTube channel though, I'm only ever gonna have 5 videos up at once. That's what I said last video as like a little sneak peek. So Rob said Magic 5, which is kind of cool. And guys, I haven't paid for editing software because I haven't been YouTubing. I've been learning carpentry. I was a bartender server. I've been doing a lot of different blueberry farming stuff. So, a little bit of holding a scrim at a photography gig in a city, where there was a beautiful model that was like an older woman, to be honest, but she looked incredibly healthy for her age. She looked great, and it was for this company. Anyways, I've been on a lot of adventures, right? So I might buy editing software for this Thanksgiving special and just kind of say, hey guys, here's some things right now, and then I'll clip them in and you guys can watch a little bit. Because I feel like it's just like a nice, pleasant, easy thing to do. So let me this is all new equipment for me too, by the way, so it's kind of fun getting to test this out. So we still have that beautiful color, which is what we want for sure. And then we are gonna add the teardrops this time. Now the garnish, it's gonna be a dried fruit. In my case today it was papaya. And then we're also gonna probably see us try some different dried fruits as well. So this strainer was interesting because it lets some of the whites of the egg, which is actually good. It keeps it nice and frothy. Okay, and then we'll serve it up. So, here you are, my friend.
Dang, brother. Come on now.
Cheers.
I got a good feeling about this one too. Cheers.
Yeah.
The teardrops make a difference.
Yeah, it adds that saltiness, right? Yeah. It creates like
Is that the rose water?
yeah, so it's rose water
Yeah.
and then a little bit of your French salt.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Because it should actually pronounce I believe it can pronounce the alcohol more, which I kind of wanted to play around with because we're already taking the knees off of the devil himself.
So he's crawling around up there. And I figured we could at least give him a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But they're tears of joy. So.
Dude. I see it at Primo, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So.
$26 cocktail.
So we're gonna enjoy these now. But I think that concludes the video. And thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Farmers market, here we come. We got Wendell. Okay. We have 3 flats of blueberries to sell. This will be the last one probably. Look at those berries. Look at those berries. Okay, you can start calling me Construction Jack, because look what I have now. I have official equipment. I just got it a hardware store, but I'm also a bartender. And I feel like Bob the Builder. Look at that demolition that I did. Oh my Lord. And I'm about to finish it, because that's what we do. We destroy to create. Okay, currently it is 7:05. I'm at the gym. I have my Ezekiel bread. Beautiful, beautiful Ezekiel bread. Peanut butter. And today, I'm going to be cutting shingles. Okay, I just did the sheep for the first time by myself. Now, I need to shake this bucket. And I think the sheep oh yeah, they're coming. This dog right here. I feel like, look at it. Watch. Yeah, I mean, I take a hot shower. This is incense, by the way. I do take a hot shower, okay? And then I take a cold shower because it's good for you, not because I like it. Where did he go? Oh, there you are. Look at this frog. So big. Oh, Mr. Frog. Do you think I should get cat food? Aw, he's blind in one eye. I'm sorry, buddy. What happened? Oh no. Be careful. Dude, that's a lifeguard. So, I'm gonna keep working. And Front Street is kind of like a test for me, I think. If I can make it in Front Street and conquer Front Street and all the things that you need to do at Front Street, you can make it anywhere. Now, there's things I just don't know still, like, I guess, soaking ketchup bottles, which should be easily understood, but it was told to me kind of fast, and I was a little bit exhausted when it was told to me, so I'm not really sure if I got it, but I'm gonna try to do it by getting a bucket, and we're done. Boom. So that was 12 minutes and 56 seconds. So I guess we were kind of slower than yesterday. Why was that? I wonder. I guess there was well, I did do an intro. I did have to, you know, I feel like I was faster though, because I didn't wait for this thing.
And you don't have to necessarily get that perfect. But in this kind of situation, a lot of risk taking.
It smells good too.
Yeah, eucalyptus.
Ooh, and I like that. That's a cool little nice.
We are losing a little weight here.
Yeah,
Hey Jack, can you give me a hand
sure.
with this? I'm just gonna scoot this over.
One of the boards. I'm sorry, man. Darn. You know, what's tough about this one I found was, you see, like, it's the same thing as that one, and why I haven't taken this one off yet. Because the length of this one is so long in comparison. It ends here, right? Or most of the boards end here. So you go from there to there. And from here to about here, right, is covered by this board. So it's hard to get under there. Right, it's hard to get under there. So what I did was I skipped ahead and I just moved to this board, which I took out. And then I tried to get this one done, but it snapped in half. So I'm really not sure how to do that with the longer boards. I mean, we're making progress, but you know, I don't want to be snapping boards that we're gonna potentially use for flooring. So yeah, man, maybe next time that you get a chance, you can show me how it's done, like what's going on. So I'm up here. We put this scaffolding together. I kind of helped with the second layer today. And I've been cutting shingles because sometimes you just don't have the, you know, full length shingles when you're laying them across the roof are the easiest. Colin's got this nail gun, he's putting them in, and sometimes we gotta cut them though, make it fit. So we climb up these ladders, walk across these boards, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, still learning the ins and outs. Got a long ways to go, so we'll keep going. The walls of Jericho must come down. This might be the best shape I've ever been in my life. I met a nurse, Patricia, and she's lost, and I'm just gonna help her find the other entrance on the pond side. And then I'll kind of start denailing the 2x4s and like the planks. So this is Patricia.
Hi, thank you.
Whole thing. Okay. And it's, what's your name? Introduce yourself.
My name is Helen, and today I'm going to be voting for Jack as
my God,
as
thank
the
you.
#1 badminton player in honestly this side of the Atlantic.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But, and now that's on footage.
But I didn't mean it like that.
Okay, so right now I am eating Indian food from this stand right there. Taking a break from our blueberry stand over here. enjoying some Indian food. I also did get some on my shirt right there. Part of the game. So we're rocking and rolling. Pretty busy fair. And we're in like behind the stand right now, so it's kind of cool and calm. But all good stuff. Rocking and rolling. Hello. What's up?
What a day. Doing dump run after dump run, dropping off scrap metal, and then bump into this.
Have I ever told you about the 3 musketeer crows? Well, there's 2 of them. I'm not sure where the 3rd one is, but they always hang out at this spot and come to visit me. They tell me about the ongoings in the forests that they live in and soar over. They tell me about the seagulls, the pesky seagull drama that's always going on. They tell me about the travelers who come here, and they tell me about the travelers who don't. The 3 crow musketeers. It's a real thing. And they're always here. The 3 musketeer crows. There's the 3rd. See? Can you see him? Over there. The 3 croqueteers.
Look at this. I just coming out of the gym and I meet this wonderful black cat. Okay, Jim, I will see you later. Thank you so much. Back to doing other things. Okay, so we got our tent, we got our pillow and sleeping bag, and this is a hip camp. So I will be out here in Lincolnville, I guess, named after Abe, probably. I don't know. All right. So we will be continuing to work. I don't know if I'm supposed to camp out here too. The way the hip camp is doing things, it's kind of arbitrary what you got going on. Private landowners will, let you pay a little bit. You can park there, you can set up a tent in their yard. This looks like there's a lot of byproduct of these animals on the ground over here, so I'm probably gonna have to set my tent up in a different area, because I guess that these goats are cage free. I don't know. Let's take a look. So, still on the search. If you hear anything, let me know. If there's anything, oh shoot, I hope I didn't. Sorry guys. It's okay. It's okay. So we do have some goats. Very beautiful goats. I don't want to disturb them. There's, I guess, raspberry bushes. I already ate a few raspberries. So we'll stay here, or I will, on my own for a day, or 2 days. And then we'll kind of assess what the heck is going on. Guys, I ain't even gonna lie, like, I've never camped before, but come on, man. Like, look at that. This is unbelievable here. I know I get good at things pretty quick. I always suck at them. I always suck at stuff, but then I get really good at it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look at this beautiful sun. Camp is looking fire. I got even bug protection now. I can live out here. I can do it. I can fucking do it. Let's fucking go, boys. This is dope. Dude, hip camp. Fucking get out there. If you ever get kicked out of your place, going through something, this is what you need to do. Okay? This is hilarious.
This spell, you're getting rid of leaves, stemmies, anything that's mushy. This spell gets rid of clumpies, right?
Oh yeah, look at that.
So, I mean, the bounces and rolls gets down here. And these small berries go through there. So everything in there ends up being like a small one.
Okay.
Wow, look at all these blueberries that I found now. The maiden has revealed all of them to me, dude. Look at all those flowers! I know where they are now. No one can stop me from getting them. Ha ha ha. Okay.
Yeah, I got so excited.
We're going to the quarry.
Going to the quarry.
Who are you two, by the way?
I'm
Who are
Viva.
these two?
I'm Corinne.
I don't know what I went like that instead of waving, but I meant to wave.
Am I supposed to go right?
Yep, go right.
In a quarter mile.
So we're going to the quarry.
So can you tell them?
And we know
How did we meet?
John Jack because he hung out with my sister's boyfriend and his cousin, who's my friend, last week. And my sister stayed here, and me and my sister are just hanging out.
And
I
then
have
we
my night off.
happened to decide to go to the farmer's market last minute, and guess who we see?
Unbelievable.
John Jack. But I
Yeah,
called
they
him
call
Jake
me
by
John
accident.
Jack. They call me John Jack, so.
I think you have.
I searched
not
for
you.
coffee at
Alrighty.
the cannabis store pop.
Good morning. Okay, so just woke up and got the farmer's market all loaded up. Gonna run over to the gym, grab a quick workout in sauna. We got our friends over here, as always. Bye. Bye. Okay. I just did the sheep pen for the first time by myself. And I'll tell you this is the best part. Right now I'm carrying a bucket of sheep food, but it's a certain type of sheep food where it's not just grass. Sheep! And they're gonna run at me as soon as they see what I got for them. Because right now they're in the neighbor's yard. Sheep! Come on. Sheep. Ah. Are you guys stuck? I wonder if they're stuck. Okay. Let's go see. Sheep. Are you guys stuck? Come on. Look at this sheep food. I know you guys want some. Come on. All right, I'm gonna have to shepherd them out of this neighbor's yard. Come on, guys. Stay tuned for part 2. Go. Stay. Come on. Come on. Stay. It's okay. Watch. Look at that. I knew it. Hey, hey, hey. Get back. Come on. They don't learn. Of course, there was 2, and there was 3. Hey, get back.
Yeah. Please.
So we have an operation going on.
Would you do me a favor?
And then come back to the comments here. Kopi Bor, good to see you, sir. Thank you, Kopi Bor. Joe Bob, homie, you ever look into lucid dreaming? Guys, I am wild, okay? You guys have no idea. You have no idea how long I've been looking into all the different ethereal aspects of, being a human. So,
Okay, we're at part 2 here, going through the woods. They call me MacGyver sometimes. Some people actually call me that. Come on, guys. Want some food? Come on. It's okay, I'm not gonna bite. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm going to get out of this situation. Come on. Ah. Look at this. Ah! Now I'm gonna run. Ah! Ah! The zebra chasing me! Help me! Ah! No! They're gonna get me! Ah! Shoot! What if one of them is like a skinwalker?
I appreciate it from both levels too. I appreciate it from an ethereal place, but I also appreciate it from sort of a scientific first principles, understanding of what is this experience of lucid dreaming? How do we maybe get into it more, and how can it benefit us, right? So yeah, I'm always thinking about those types of deals. But anyways, That's good for comments. Thank you guys so much. So I'm thankful for those comments. There was a period of time where I shut comments off, but you guys have been following me know that I'm opposed to censoring and any kinds of things. So when I shut off comments when I was taking that 3-year hiatus, it wasn't to censor any negative feedback, right? Negative comments. Because I knew a lot of people that wanted to reach me could find a way. And I had people reach me all sorts of ways. You guys were super creative, so I appreciate it. But it was more so because I wasn't looking for any handouts, I wanted to build a foundation. I didn't have a foundation to stand on and to make videos. I just didn't. So in that process, I had to really take a step back. And I didn't want to do individual conversations. I didn't want to get handouts from anybody or any relationships that I've made through my channel. My channel's become kind of a sacred thing to me, Not even just my channel, but my place in this whole sort of all the different relationships that I've made through the journey of having my channel and all the different places I've been and networks I've been able to participate in and be part of, right? So that being said, this video, you can drop comments and whatever, but I'll probably answer them on a video, so stay tuned. Anyways, guys, it's Thanksgiving, so I just wanted to talk about that. There's plenty of things to be thankful for all the time, and I love just kind of remembering that because it sort of gives us the ability to snap out of some energy of not being grateful maybe for, a drink that is a really good drink. And, it's got a little artistic allure for some people, but dance around that a bit. But anyways, my friends, listen, I'm super thankful for a few things here. I'm thankful for magic, right? I think magic, it's something that allows us to have hope. And it's each of our responsibilities to define what magic is, right? In my opinion. And I think the best way to define it is to make some magic happen. Because that kind of defines it for people, when you can make some magic happen and people can witness in awe of something magical. So I'm thankful for magic because it's I think it just is this word we use when we're tapping into the infinite creativity of the universe, But anyways, I'm very thankful for a new perspective I've found in observing the world through a lens where you're looking at your relationship with everything, right? Not all at once either. Like my relationship with this, how does it make my body feel? What is the input at the store to buy this, right? Is it worth that? Yes, it's worth it. Shout out to this drink, by the way. This is my new favorite drink. The dragon fruit flavor is really good. I'm thankful for dragon fruit. I'm thankful for dragons, the idea of dragons, okay? I wrote a poem, which maybe I'll post on my X account, okay? It's called Wrestling with the Dragon. It's sort of an interesting poem around overcoming and finding relationship with insurmountable odds and challenges. And, definitely speaking from experience in my life, but the poem is not meant for just people to understand me. It's sort of for those dragon warrior types out there, male, female, whatever. I don't care what gender you are. You can still be a dragon. I've met some female dragons. I've met some male dragons. So it's all good. And for those to kind of resonate with that, right? Adversity is an iron that sharpens iron, which, you need those two things, humans and adversity. And I do believe that iron sharpens iron in that regard. So thankful for dragons. Yeah, but your relationship with your shelter, with your car, right? That's something that I'm kind of aware of now and able to sort of work on. I was living in a tent. I was kind of living out of my car. So it was really messy and I haven't been taking the best care of it. But that's kind of like a toxic relationship, right? You ever been with somebody that's kind of toxic? Like they'll maybe gaslight you a little bit, they'll kind of say stuff just to kind of throw you off kilter. Maybe they're an anxious attachment style. Maybe they're an avoidant attachment style. Maybe they're some other type of toxic thing, like a codependent type deal. Well, I'm sure we've all had relationships with people who make us feel like we can resonate with those words to describe them. And that's okay. It's not like they're bad people. It's just, if you dig under the layers, I'm sure you can find why they're that way. And maybe peel into why they haven't tried to change. And maybe it's simply ignorance of the fact that they're that way. But I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just kind of laying it down. So anyways, viewing the world through the lens of relationships gives you this sort of wisdom that I was just talking to, like this guy that I'm working for right now, and he's pretty dragon-esque himself. He's pretty wise, but he's got all these perspectives that I've never heard from like anybody that are wicked cool. And, it's been really fun to not try to see what I agree with or disagree with, but just observe his way of thinking around things. And that's a big thing for him. It's like, what's the quality of the relationships in my life? So that's a recent new gem that I feel like has got me thinking in a whole different paradigm. And it's been really interesting when you view it like that, your relationship with everything. Because it gives you, I think, an inherent sort of task to be empathetic towards the level of symbioticness that the relationship has, or the potential of symbioticness that it can have. And you start to delve into the empathy of, if, the two parties or 2+ parties in that relationship, let's just say, are being respectful and considerate towards each other, and if there's defensiveness or if there's trust, right? And I mean, there's a lot of different situations out there. I feel like for me, I sort of grew up in a dysfunctional kind of environment, I would say. And it was normal, like, for me. So, like, I think a lot of folks that have that dysfunction, right? It is kind of like, I don't know, I think there's some magic to that, but there's obviously some unnormalness to that probably makes you a bit different just by the way that you were raised than folks who didn't have as dysfunctional as a setting and maybe were a bit more sheltered, right? So I'm not saying any which way is better or worse. I'm just trying to kind of dig into the spectrum of this point here. You know, it's the quality of your relationships with your body that make you maybe look at food. It's the quality of the relationship with your mind that maybe make you look at, okay, maybe I'll try some lion's mane mushroom and see if this is actually going to help me. It's the quality of relationship with your mind that may make you want to go into a sauna in the morning because there's a gym that you can drive to and get a membership for like $30 a month and go to the sauna in the morning because it's going to clear your mind and your mind's going to work better. When you're trying to figure out how to install a repair kit for a trailer hitch that was driven over by somebody that, you know, you use for work because you have to carry that trailer with your truck to various places to do things like dump runs or bring, you know, a lot of big wood, you know, so like a 14-foot 2x4 or 6 of them, right? So, or you're using some kind of floorboards that you got from a 1950s barn to basically surround a concrete pour, right? So they're form boards now because you're pouring a foundation for maybe a detached garage. Just an idea. There's, you know, oddly specific. Anyways, guys, yeah, viewing, I think, the world through relationships brings about this other nuance there where, like, if you live with somebody for the first time, I think is the words that we should use when we're confronting what the other person that we're living with is like and is going to be like and is going to behave, because we don't know. I think is kind of like our best guess, but the more time that happens and the more, I think, time that you spend with somebody, right? And it could be family, it could be coworkers, it could be whatever. You know, your first day at the job is you're gonna have very different relationships, much more shallow probably relationships than by like a year's worth of time spending with somebody. So as you know, you learn more, you think more, you spend more time with these relationships. It's not like the roots aren't growing deeper. The roots are actually growing deeper, you know, and the relationship itself is like this tree with roots, and it gets more complex because you see all these different levels and layers to this relationship with all these different relationships in your life. So that was pretty profound for me recently, and it's really given me some insight. So I'm thankful for that. You know, I'm also wicked thankful for I'm thankful for the fact that we can reevaluate, you know? Like, for me, if there's things that I'm aiming to hopefully do, it's definitely rekindle some of the relationships that I kind of had to not burn, but because I wasn't like, you know, ever in a place where I felt like I wasn't being graceful towards the people that were reaching out, wanted to help, or just reaching out and seeing like what I was doing. You know, there was some guys I used to play hockey with that just reached out, were like, dude, like, are you okay? Like, is everything good? And, you know, it wasn't that I thought I was holier than now, though I am thankful for source or God, and I think that's a personal connection for everybody with, the unknown or the divine, right? So I'll just say that, because I'm not trying to, I respect and love all religions, all religious people, so much so that, like, I want to make a point to say that. Not even because I'm trying to be politically correct and be like, oh, I respect all religions. But no, if you're spiritual and you got your own connection with something much bigger than us or greater than us, or something that feels like the magic, the source of magic, maybe, then I just love that for you, and I live that way too. So you're not alone. But no, I don't need a group of people or, somebody who's studied different verses to tell me about that connection. I can feel that connection myself, so I don't need that. So that's why I don't probably call myself one religion, whether it's this, that, or the other thing. Anyways, that's kind of why I never got confirmed, actually, too. Funny story, I was doing confirmation because I kind of grew up sort of like, I definitely grew up Catholic. My grandma was a huge influence on my life. She was somebody that I still look up to this day. She took care of her husband, which was my grandfather, and he has my name, actually, John Conway. I was named after him. My grandfather had a stroke. He was a Purple Heart veteran from World War II, okay, to give you a sort of idea of how old. But he had a stroke kind of early, and he was sort of brain damaged, and my grandmother took care of him until he died for, decades, guys. So to see that woman do that, it was amazing. She had 5 kids, and she passed when I was 12 or a freshman, and that hit me in ways that nobody saw. Nobody saw. But that hit me like I lost a parent, because that's what it felt like, So anyways, I grew up kind of Catholic because she was basically a nun. She basically was a nun. Like, she just prayed the rosary every single second of every day. It was amazing. She always would talk about the different saints. And she said that she saw an angel catch me because I was falling off a bed when I was younger. She told me that when I was wicked young. She told everybody, but so who knows? But I love her regardless, and I respect her. And she was a really positive, I think, just female influence in my early years that I'll never forget. So I'm thankful for her. But it's also like back to the main punchline here. I grew up in this Catholic sort of way. So I did all my sacraments. And by the time I got to confirmation, I didn't do it. I actually backed out of it. My parents weren't taking me to church at the time. My grandma had already passed. And I sometimes would bike to church myself, like alone. And these families would look at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, you got to figure it out? They're like, well, So anyways, it put me onto my own kind of journey, and I had to trust my own connection with anything, kind of like that. But I'm thankful for that in ways, but I also just am thankful for these religious communities. Don't get me wrong. I was camping and I met a rabbi in training, and funny enough, he was with a software engineer that I could talk about Rust with, who worked for Google on the new Pixel watch. But yeah, the rabbi in training and this other guy that was a software engineer, they invited me to a Shabbat under a full moon, where there was in front of us a pond and then the full moon. A pond, a field, and a full moon. And it was just us three, and we sang in Hebrew. And it's crazy. I went to Corey later that week with the software engineer's girlfriend's sister. I went with her and the software engineer's girlfriend, who were from Long Island, and they were wicked funny. They called me Jack John. They visited me while I was doing a farmer's market because the software engineer and the rabbi in training had left. But yeah, no, I learned so much, like, in that time frame, you know? So anyways, I'm not trying to say that my way is the right way either. I don't believe it has to be. I don't believe it has to be. I think that connection finds us in whatever way it looks like, whether it's an organized religion for some people, and you feel good about it, you know, and you feel like you're kind of tuned in and it helps you, then that's great. As long as it's a positive influence, I think it's not a bad thing at all. So, you know, I'm not trying to steer people anyway, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? What I am trying to say, though, is it's very important for me, that connection in my life, and I feel like it's guided me. And who knows if I'd even be alive without it. So that's always going to be a thing that I might mention. It's up to you if you want to explore that yourself, or if you're trying to, you know, just live in the 3D. But that 5D is interesting, man. We got to figure it out as humans. That mental plane, our imagination, it's a powerful thing. Thankful for it. Thankful. Let's just use some keywords now. I'm thankful for, I think, our ability to imagine things, imagination, creativity. I'm thankful for love, wherever you find it, whether it's from Mother Nature herself, or whether it's from your community, your family, your friends, your spouse, your dog, your cat, your parrot. Love. For us empaths out there, I think we feel that as if it was a cold wind or a warm wind. I think love can be felt in many different ways, you know? Just like somebody poking you, putting more pressure or less, scratching you, can be felt many different ways. It can be felt. So I'm thankful for love, thankful for accountability, you know, being accountable ourselves, but also holding others to, you know, if they ask us for help for that. You know, sometimes people will ask, hey, can you keep me accountable on this? Check in with me once a month. I'm like, yeah, sure. Keep me accountable on this. And then it's free will on the accountability. I'm not saying we should keep each other accountable for things that the person isn't even trying to be kept accountable for. But yeah, I think that's an important word too. I heard somebody mention that when I was watching a basketball game with some people, and somebody was like, hey, let's all talk about what we're thankful for. And anyways, so yeah, there was this concept that got brought up in one conversation I was having with this guy I work for around when you don't know, tread carefully. Thought that was wise. I wanted to share that. When you don't know the type of relationship that you're in with someone or something, it's probably wise at first to tread carefully. You're in the unknown. You're in the dark. You're the yin. You're yin. Y-I-N. You're yin in it. You're yin walking, if you will. So when you're yin walking through life, you're in that darkness, you may reach down into the darkness. You can't see what you're going to grab, and you grab golden fleece. But you might also reach down somewhere and you might find some slimy feces from a dog. So you're in that darkness, you're feeling around, so tread carefully. You know, and I think if you can sort of weld that, right, like a welder will weld metal. If you weld that with the relationships perspective, then you have a clear-cut sort of action plan for, I think, navigating relationships from day one. Because there's going to be things that you can start to think about on those deeper layers of relationships as that relationship becomes more, let's say, has more dominance in the total relationships of your life, or as that relationship just gets kind of, as time progresses and you just, have a deeper understanding of that relationship. You have more experiences within that relationship, right? There's more meat on that bone. Well, when you don't know, right? I'm sure if a fly or something that praying mantises eat, let's just call it a fly. If a fly goes up to a praying mantis, it should probably tread carefully, because maybe that praying mantis is the guardian of the flies and it's going to look after the flies. Or maybe it's going to attack that fly. So you just got to tread carefully sometimes. And I don't know, it's been healing, I think, to look at things through that perspective for me. It gives me hope, because there's a lot of salvaging I do want to do with relationships, to an extent. I'm okay being kind of, I'm okay ending certain relationships, but it doesn't mean I don't wish the other parties in that relationship well, right? My car breaks down and I get a new car. I'm going to always be thankful for my old car, right? Always. Gonna love it, wish it well as it goes to the scrapyard or gets resold somewhere if I trade it in. But yeah, no, it's sometimes you gotta just drop it. And you're always gonna have those memories, right? So there is some discernment, some inner knowing, some judgment around that aspect of it too. But I'm thankful for this perspective. I'm thankful for you guys. And listen, it's time to celebrate family and friends. Obviously, sometimes you find family in places where family isn't blood. But for most of us, I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving with people that I'm not related to this year. And it feels like I'm going to be spending it with family, though. It's weird. But people that I just met, it's funny. People that I haven't met yet, too. It's going to be a big Thanksgiving. So whether you're spending it alone, I've spent Thanksgiving alone before, guys. It can be sad when you do that. Whether you're spending it with your blood relatives, enjoy that, make some memories, and I encourage any small little things to not get in the way of those precious moments you have. And hopefully it's a good memory that you can create, because those last too. Those stand the test of time. You're always going to remember when you enjoyed your time with people that you're related to or close to, even if they're not in your life anymore. So I think that's good, man. I'm going to go get my head around this, fixing this trailer hitch here. So that being said, I'm continuing the path. I've used a sawzall, I've used, drills, I've used this air compressor nail gun, I've used so many tools that I've only used the sawzall a couple times. If you've ever used a sawzall, that thing will hurt your body, man. It's a blade, it's like a saw blade, right? That vibrates on such a high frequency that it can cut through nails, but you're holding it, so it's vibrating you too. So yeah, my body's been sore after that. I'm getting into really good shape though. That's something that I've been able to do and probably has carried me through this. But definitely don't have it all figured out, man. I'm leaning into faith. That's my thing. I just got faith, and I just ask for guidance, and within that faith, though, there's a lot of faith. So I'm definitely confident in my faith. That makes sense. But as for me trying to figure things out, I don't think that will ever end, nor should it. So, because we're still, George Mumford was somebody that I met who used to work with Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan on mindfulness before the whole mindfulness movement. So I've read his books, and I remember reading his books in high school and just understanding mindfulness. And as you get older, you're dealing with a different body. You know, things change, right? Man or woman. So you're always learning how to adapt. You're always learning the extent of the relationships that you have, and maybe how to find relationship with the life that you're currently living. And that's always a process. But that's wrestling with the dragon, you know? When you're wrestling with a dragon that's as big as Mount Saint Helens, and you're just a human, you're on its back, you're holding on to dear life. Dragons aren't humans. They got the intuition to know all your weak spots, especially the one that you're wrestling with. At first, you're just holding on. Eventually, though, you start to notice that it thrashes around in a way that puts pressure on your weak spots because it knows you. I think anything that knows us so well must be part of ourselves, though. So if that powerful dragon is a part of us, you know what that means, right? It means eventually you learn how to move around on that dragon. Doesn't mean that the dragon doesn't stop thrashing. It just means you adapt, you get strong enough to hold on to its sharp scales. Your fingers stop bleeding from its sharp scales. Eventually even, you might peel that scale back with a crowbar and eat the dragon's flesh to sustain yourself nutritionally, because you're 20,000 feet in the sky on a dragon as big as Mount Saint Helens. How are you going to eat? I'll leave you with that. My friends, Jack Conway, Magic. This is the second video, so we'll see what happens around Christmas or maybe another holiday. But it's love, and in the meta fashion, God bless, love you, and let's all just try to love ourselves better too. Have that relationship with ourselves, and I don't think that's a selfish thing at all. In fact, I think it's a very, let's say, beneficent thing to do for the rest of the world is to love ourselves first. Putting that oxygen mask on, enjoy some turkey, and don't forget to laugh. Trip off that tryptophan, baby, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Come on, sheep. Come on. Now, I just built this pen in the promised land of fresh new grass. We got all of our sheep. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this quality sheep. It's okay. It's okay. Whew. Look at these guys. It's okay. Come on. You can jump.